Do we have maximum karma with people that are close to us? For example, our parents, our siblings, our spouses? And if yes, how do we deal with them different than others?
Please repeat that. I didn't get the first part of the question.
Do we have maximum karma with people who are close to us?
Oh. People… Are you talking about your wife? We kept her away from you for 6 months so that your karma could be reduced. People who are close to you means not necessarily, but generally. You're always looking for somebody who thinks like you, who feels like you, who acts like you. You're looking for a double. This double thing is a big problem. You know, during World War II, Adolf Hitler had many doubles. People who just looked just like him. They were trying to speak like… they were trained to speak like him, behave like him, all mannerisms, everything. Many tyrants across the world have always tried to have doubles for a variety of reasons. This is a basic trait of a tyrant that you want to have a double. And because lot of marriages are tyrannical, you're trying to have a double. In 1944, when the World War II was beginning to turn against the Third Reich, on a certain day, Himmler, who was the right-hand man of Adolf Hitler, walked into a safe house where there were 8 Hitler doubles. All of them looked like Hitler, they dressed like Hitler, behaved like Hitler, they have been trained for years. And everybody else who deals with them also have to behave as if they are Hitlers. So Heinrich Himmler walked in and said, "Hail Hitlers!" and said, "I have good news and bad news." They all said, "Okay, what's the good news?" The good news is, our Führer is still alive. The bad news is, he lost his left eye and he pulled out a metal hook. Once you're a double, this is a problem, you know. So whatever happens to the double has to happen to you. If they become miserable, you must become miserable. If you show joy on your face, you're finished. No? Yes? If your double is being miserable, you must also act miserable. Whether you are or not, it doesn't matter. If you show joy, then the double, you're not doing the double act properly. So, I do not know from what context From what understanding of karma you're asking this? People whom you believe you love and people whom you believe you hate. With both of them there is a lot of karma. You may never meet that person, they're somewhere far away, but you hate them. You definitely have a lot more karma with Pakistan than Lithuania, isn't it? Isn't it? Because it's going on. So, karma is not because of your engagement in life with something. Karma is because of the way you deal within yourself. It is something that you're doing to yourself. It is not something that life is doing to you. It is something that you're doing to yourself. So what kind of karma you do to yourself is your choice. We were looking at this yesterday. If you wish, you can become joyful. If you wish, you can become miserable. You can become blissful, you can become ecstatic. You can become utterly… you can cause agony to yourself without any reason. It's just you. So this must be understood. Karma means action. Whose action? My action. Or in other words, this is a great insight into life, that you understand your life is your making. It is your doing, it is not somebody else's doing. Only because it is your doing, only and only because it's your doing, there is room for liberation. If it was God's doing, how the hell are you going to break it? If the trap was God's trap, Creator's trap, there is no way you're going to break it, because it's your doing. That is why it can be undone. After all, it's your doing. So, you can use somebody, people around you, either to break your karma, either to cause a karma of liberation or to cause a karma of bondage. Anyway, you're doing something always, you can't help that, isn't it? Physically, mentally, emotionally, energy-wise, something is happening with you all the time, awake or asleep. You cannot dodge that. If you're aware, you will cause karma of liberation. If you're unaware, you will cause the karma of bondage. You need not necessarily be married for that. You can simply do it. Sitting alone in a room for the rest of your life, you can create karma with everybody in the world. It doesn't take anything because it's something that you're doing within yourself. It is not an interaction with somebody, it is something that is happening within you. You are like a silkworm. Silk is a beautiful fiber and a fabric. But this is like a silkworm, using his own marrow. He's weaving a cocoon for himself. This cocoon is very important. It's going to kill him. If he doesn't break it someday, if he breaks it, he becomes a beautiful butterfly, free to fly. If he doesn't, he will die within the cocoon. That's all karma is. If you crack it, it becomes a source of liberation. Something very beautiful will happen. No worm can ever imagine what it means to be a butterfly, isn't it? But if you die in it, then it becomes the greatest bondage because you died in your own cocoon, not somebody else's making, your own making. So, karma is not about somebody, whether close to you or far away from you, it's not about somebody, it is what you're doing within yourself. The very fundamentals of karma means it's my doing. Everything that I am is my doing. The moment you think, I'm having karma because of my wife, you miss the whole point. The karma is not because of her, the karma is not because of somebody else. The karma means my doing, my action. This is my creation. The bondage is my creation. So the liberation also has to be my doing. Somebody can help you, but this is an inside job. Because it's an inside job, a little outside help is needed. But it's an inside job. You're not having karma with anybody. Karma is about you, it is your making, it is your bondage. Two people may be living together, doing many things together. One may be becoming free, another may be getting entangled, isn't it so? Isn't it happening? They are living together, doing the same things. One is using this to get entangled, another is becoming liberated. Because it's your doing. If it was each other's doing, then both would be entangled. It is not so. The very word karma means it's my doing. Nobody else is involved in this business. So if I have a bad deal, don't I have the right to shut it up and come back again? If you have a bad deal with your job, you could just quit. If you have a bad deal with your marriage, you could just divorce. If you have a bad deal with the society in which you live, you can come to Isha Yoga Center. If you have a bad deal in Isha Yoga Center, you can go up the mountain. So, these are not good enough reasons for you to end the process of life. First of all, you didn't create it, so you don't talk about ending it. Unless your identity as a separate being or a separate person has disappeared and you and the source of creation are just the same. If you come to that point, then you can just throw away your body consciously. Then you're allowed to do it. Not by damaging the body, not by hanging from a tree. We don't mind burying you under the tree, but hanging from a tree is neither good for you nor for the tree. We already looked at this. Whether it's a good deal or a bad deal, if you have a larger purpose, everything is a stepping stone. Everything is a stepping stone for your ultimate well-being, if you have set the larger goal. Every situation that you get into, you are getting so identified and caught up with it, now it feels like it's better to end your life. Anyway, this is lot of bull. Because today something is going wrong, you want to end your life. Tomorrow morning something is going right, you want to live. You want to have your third baby. You want to get married once again. If things are going little better tomorrow morning, you'll have plans. Everything looks bleak, you think of suicide, isn't it? So this is just a game that you're playing in your mind. It once happened. A salesman decided to go into a new development, housing development. He thought no other salesman would have still ventured yet because it's a new development. So he wanted to be the first one, be the early bird. So he went and knocked on the very first house that he saw there. A lady came and opened the door. Without giving her a chance, he just slipped into her house, took a lot of cow dung, fresh cow dung, from his bag and threw it all over the new carpet. And he said, "See, I have a wonder vacuum cleaner. You watch it. I'll clean this carpet without even leaving the slightest of odor. If I don't do it, I will eat every piece of this cow dung myself. I will eat it." So the lady asked, "Would you like some tomato sauce?" Because we still do not have electricity in the house. What you need is a little bit of tomato sauce. Tastes a little good, then you suddenly want to live. Just eating cow dung, you feel like dying. You stood up and said, "Sadguru, if you know what you're uttering, such nonsense should not come out of your mouth. There is no meaning to Sadguru when you are wanting to end your life, because it's not worthwhile sitting here, that's what you're telling me. Is it? It's not worthwhile sitting here. You're not in grace, you're somewhere. About how your job is not working, how your family is freaking you, how something else is happening. That's all you're thinking about. Just be here. Suddenly it'll be worthwhile. I'll make it worthwhile.
You are my perfect mirror, you show me what I'm not. In the endless pit of what once was me, layer and layer you peel off me. The pain it is, but the joy it brings. So thank you for showing me what I'm not, for showing me what I could be. Thank you endlessly.